My name is Michael Cullity. I am Communications and Social Policy Officer in MABS. The Money Advice and Budgeting Service was set up back in around 1992 in order to deal with a then kind of problem around the whole area of money lending, where people were in a situation whereby they couldn't break out of a money lending spiral, basically. There were 4 pilot programs set up at that stage, evaluated a year later, and were proved to be very successful in helping people to budget and to deal with their debts, to take control of their finances, really. It was then rolled out over the next few years nationally as a national money advice and budgeting service. Today we have over 60 offices nationwide. We have a website and we have a helpline for people to talk to us in a confidential manner about their financial difficulties and their budgeting needs. I suppose the most important thing in dealing with finances is that you plan and that you make out a budget, because then you know where you stand. Very often, I suppose, during the great years of the Celtic Tiger, and we had enough money in our pockets, we didn't have to plan sometimes, or we didn't feel the need to plan. I think now, in more difficult economic times, the need to sit down and work out a budget, to see what your priorities are, and also to see what cash you have left that you can either save or put towards borrowings is a very important exercise. Well, I think one of the most important things is not to panic, I suppose, and it is to talk about it, to get advice, and to talk to the people that you owe money to, and talk early, because there may be solutions to the problem that people don't know or are not obvious to them. Like the length of the loan could be, or the loan could be lengthened so that repayments are more affordable. Also, if people find themselves in difficulty, they should sit down and probably divide their needs from their wants. And so therefore to make out a budget with a priority list, and just to see, with maybe paring back on maybe a social life or something like that, that people can be better able to afford to repay their borrowings. I suppose very often in our experiences that people ignore the problem for too long, and they get into financial difficulties, and they ignore letters that they get from their creditors, the people they borrow money from, and then that in turn goes on to the legal process, which can be quite frightening for people. And of course, at the end of the legal process, if people ignore it, they could find themselves being served with a committal order, which means that they could find themselves in prison at the end of the day. So it's very important to react early, to approach your creditor or your creditors, if you have more than one, talk to them about the difficulty that you are now finding, and ask them to help you with solutions to that problem. And very often, if people react early, creditors will be more amenable and be more flexible in helping the student or the young person to put in place an affordable and a sustainable agreement given their present financial circumstance. Well, there's help readily available for the price of a local call. People can call the MABS helpline, which is 1890-283438, and again that's available between 9 in the morning until 8 at night, Monday to Friday. They can also access our website, which has very good information, as well as some tools in how to make out a budget. It has sample letters, like if you are in difficulty, sample letters that you can write to your creditors explaining your situation. And there's a financial statement, so there's a lot of information there. And of course our helpline is confidential, it's independent, and it's non-judgmental. Also, of course, we have over 60 offices nationwide if people feel that they need to talk to somebody face to face.